Hey guys, it's me again, Tori Purcell, and I'm here with Jess Yates, like I said I would be. And we're talking about the wingspan. So Jess, how are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm pretty great. So, first of all, I don't know what a wingspan is. Are we talking about like eagle arms? Like what is this?
The wingspan, do you mean like what is? It's the school's newspaper.
What? Mind blown. Okay, so the school newspaper. So what exactly do we do for the school newspaper?
Okay, so mostly we have a hard copy and we also have a website, NAHSwingspan.com. And on the hard copy, we produce once per quarter, so that's 4 times per year. And so we cover student events, like, sports and pep rallies, things like that. And we also cover things that are relevant to high school students, like bullying or relationship issues, things like that. So yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what's your role on the wingspan?
I'm the editor-in-chief.
So what does your job consist of?
So in the class, like we have a school pub class that basically gets us ready for, producing the newspaper. My job is to not only learn how to use tools to write, I also have to learn how to manage a website, and I have to learn how to manage a classroom since I'm dealing with people underneath of me that, that I help to produce it. And so my job is to just help other people if they need help with the story, since I've been in the class for 3 years, and also to just get the website ready and stuff like that.
Awesome. So how would you say the class is structured?
So it depends. We have 4 levels. We have School Pub 1, School Pub 2, Advanced Journalism, and 21st Century Journalism. And so I'm only in the 3rd one right now, but basically as you go up, you start to learn more things. So we're mixed together, like you have School Pub 1 and kids who are in School Pub 2 and School Pub 3 all in one class. But Miss Colleton, the teacher for School Pub, she likes to kind of integrate it. So one section of the class could have School Pub 1 kids learning how to develop a headline or stuff like that. And then School Pub 2 kids, sometimes editors, we will be learning how to use certain tools on the website. So it's kind of different. It depends on what class you're in because, like I said, you go up from each class, so it just depends.
Okay. Yeah. And do you find that you've learned something new each year you've been in School Pub?
Yes, definitely.
So what would you say how your experience has changed from the first time you wrote a story to now?
I remember when I did my first interview my freshman year, and it was really bad. I had no idea what I was asking anybody, but I feel like Miss Colleton, as I've grown a bit, I've learned how to get those ideas, and if I don't have the questions, I can make them up at the top of my head because I know how to get a story and how to know what I'm asking for. So.
And what's important.
Yes.
So do you find that you are a stronger interviewer now too?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably not as strong as you.
So what's your favorite story actually that you've written?
Okay, so last year, Miss Colleton gave us this sort of assignment, and we had a topic, which was cheating, and basically in school, not like relationship cheating, but so basically you could take it you could take your story in any direction. So I chose to do mine on the pros and cons of cheating. So mine was picked out of all the students in the class. We kind of did like a little competition. Mine was picked and I was put into the hard copy, and I felt that was really cool.
That's really awesome.
I liked it, yeah.
So do you find that the way our class is structured is similar to how you imagine an actual newspaper runs?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, because we have our staff meetings sometimes, and I know when we feed off of each other's ideas for stories, movies and stuff, that's how you would see like a newspaper running, so that's what I would think, yeah.
Right. Do you feel Mrs. Colleton has adequately prepared you to go into journalism if you choose to?
Yes, definitely.
And do you want to pursue journalism when you're in college and later on?
Yes. I want to go in like communications, media, that kind of thing, yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
And do you feel that you are prepared to go into kind of this multifaceted direction that I feel like Ms. Colleton has kind of taught you?
Yes. Especially because I've been in that class for so long, I feel like I'm prepared now, even with another year after. I think I'll be good.
So besides writing and interviewing, what are some of the other things that you do?
We do a lot of photography. One thing we're trying to do this year is branch out and kind of, how the Scribbler has like photography, they'll have poems.
Yeah.
We tried to do this thing called Student Works, where if a student has like a poem, or if they have a drawing, or if they have a story, they can submit it to us, and then we'll put it in our hard copy, and we call it Student Works. And I think like we need more people to do it, but I think it'd be a really cool thing if we get more people too.
How can people submit their work?
Okay, so you can either come to Miss Colleton's classroom, room 336, or you can talk with me. I mean, I'm everywhere. But like, we also have the email, NAHS Wingspan K12.pa.us, all that. And Miss Colleton, I think it's just easier to go to her directly and then show her your work. And then if you want to, you can set up something with her. That's the easiest because she's very resourceful. Is that the word? She's always there. You can find her room 336. So yeah, that's basically it.
So would you guys be willing to have community members reach out to you and give their artwork too?
Miss Colleton's whole thing is basically like the community, like Norristown, like anybody can be a part of our club. You can submit anything. You can submit your, we even have this thing where you can even submit a story to help out. We have kids from the school who aren't in the club, but can submit things because we love to show the student voice.
That's really awesome. It's almost like they're like a little freelance writer.
Yes.
That's really awesome. So how do you feel like your stories and the stories of the students have impacted the school?
Well, we do a lot of different topics, so I feel like everybody can learn from something in there, even if it's not all the stories in there. There could be something where we have this advice column, Annie and Andy, so I feel like if they're not interested in anything else, but they're going through a hard time and they see, you know, Annie and Andy, and it may be something that they've gone through, they can learn from that. Or if it's sports and they're like, they don't think we do anything fun at the school, they can see, you know, we have pretty good track runners or we have good football if they look at that. So I feel like when people actually look at it, they can learn something from it.
So have you ever had a student, a teacher, a community member reach out to you about your story?
I would say the teachers more so because the teacher features. I know one of the stories that you did on the, what was it, the haircut?
Yeah.
Yes. There were a lot of people who really liked that. So I think stories like that talk about controversial things like that kind of get a lot of attention. And we have had people come up about your story saying how good it is and how awesome it is. So it's really good to hear that.
Yeah, it's awesome when you get great feedback.
Yeah.
So the Wingspan has kind of been reestablished for 3 years now, right?
Yes.
So how did that happen? How did that come about?
I'm really not even sure, Miss Colleton. I don't know. She made it happen somehow. I'm not sure.
And do you feel like it's important that we have a school newspaper?
Yes. Like I said, I feel like the student voice needs to, and it's a student like run newspaper, so I feel like when we showcase like what we can do and talk about things that we're really passionate about, I feel like a change can come out of that.
What are the biggest difficulties you have in producing the newspaper?
When people do not get their stories into me on time, it makes my job very difficult because then I have to try to work with what I've got. Sometimes I have to use a story from the website, and it's like, I want to show something different. I don't want to always use things from the website. So that's just one of the things that's like, ugh, it kind of bothers me.
Right. So how often are you guys updating the website? Because you said you have a quarterly hard copy newspaper.
Yes.
How often do you update the online edition?
We try to do it every week or so because once we have our staff meetings, usually a story is due a week or two after. So as soon as that's out, then we put it into the website. And sometimes we choose the certain stories from the website to go into the hard copy. So I guess it's, yeah, that's it.
So do you know anything about the history of the Wingspan at all?
No, no. Only from my years of being here, that's all I know about it. I do know that it was run a while back before. I'm pretty sure Mr. Doyle was, a part of that, but I don't know anything else about it.
Well, that's okay. So what is the most challenging story you've ever had to write?
That's a hard one. I think it was, okay, so earlier, Donald Trump, when he first came into office, I interviewed 6 students, 3 who were on the more Republican side and 3 who were on the more Democratic side. And so it was hard for me to it was easy for me to write the Democrat side because I leaned towards that. But when it came towards writing the Republicans, when I interviewed them and I had to write it, it was harder for me to kind of write from that side because it's like, I don't like Donald Trump. So I was kind of biased, but I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to let go of my opinion in order to write a story. So that was pretty hard for me.
And do you find that Mrs. Colleton pushes you towards being unbiased in your stories?
She likes to push me to do very challenging things. So yeah, she was like, no, you need to do that. Because I tried to shy away from it a little bit, and I was like, no, I think I'll just do the Democratic side. And she was like, no, you can't do that. So she pushed me to finish the story.
And do you find that it was important to have that point of view in there too?
Yeah, I feel like it would look biased anyway to just have the Democratic side. So I'm glad she showed me the whole picture of how it would turn out.
And do you have a favorite article that someone else has written?
I would say yours that you wrote later with the haircut. I really liked that. It was, I think I even told you I liked it. Yeah, I really liked it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
So is there anything else that the newspaper does that's kind of fun for the community to reach out?
So one thing I found really interesting or kind of fun this year is our book drive, because everybody was a part of it. It was for anybody in the Northtown area school district at all. I feel like when we do things like that to reach out to the younger kids in the community, I feel like that's always fun because I like giving back.
So you guys collected books for the elementary schools?
Yes, and we teamed up with the National Honor Society kids to do that, which was really cool because I don't know everybody in there, so we got to meet new people. And so donating the books and going to the schools and then seeing their faces, it was really cool. So I felt like that was pretty fun because everybody was a part of that.
Absolutely. Do you know the number of books you guys ended up collecting?
No, but I know it was a lot. Miss Colleton's room was filled with books. We had books in the copy room. It was a lot.
What elementary school did you guys go to donate?
We went to Whitehall in Hancock, and we also went to Stewart Middle School.
So you guys had some older books in there too?
Yeah.
That's great. Do you find that, besides working with the National Honor Society, is there any other group that you guys are working with a lot?
I don't really think. Not really, but we want to start working with some of the other groups, like, some of the ones that go into the arts and stuff like that. That's what we were trying to do. But I think really we've only partnered up with National Honor Society so far.
Okay. And have you guys done so now that news is going more online and video, have you guys linked up with the comm center at all?
We talked with Mr. Doyle this year. I actually talked with him about maybe setting up where, I know you guys have like your daily things, your daily videos, so I wanted to try to incorporate that into the website. We're still working on that, and hopefully we can have that up by next year, because I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, you see on like CNN or different news, like anywhere you kind of go online, they'll have a video and then sometimes like an excerpt of it. So is that what you guys are leaning towards?
Yes, it'd be really cool. We also saw like other school websites would do things like that too. So we're like, we have to catch up with the video game. Let's do that. So,
right.
Yeah.
So how do you hope that the newspaper will grow in these coming years?
I hope that we can still incorporate the student works in there. I hope that we can, get the website going with not more stories. I would want kids from the school to contribute more, because I know we have a lot of great writers in the school, a lot of great artists, and I feel like once we do that, then it'll shoot up towards the sky.
Would you guys ever consider like reaching out to the middle schools in order to kind of have journalists coming up into the high school?
I think me and Miss Colleton have actually thought about that, but it'd be good to get that in motion.
Yeah, I think that'd be really great. So is there anything else that you'd like to add about the Wingspan?
Contribute. That's all.
You'd like everyone to contribute?
Yes, I would like I said, if you have something that you do and you want to showcase it, we're here for you. We do student features all the time. Come to us. Like, it's that easy.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jess.
Thank you.
All right, guys, now let's head back over to, it looks like Alyssa.